David Knight for InfoWars. We're here live in Copenhagen for the 2014 Bilderberg meeting, and this is basically the end. The last of the delegates have pulled away. It's a bit after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This has been an unusual Bilderberg conference in the sense that we were so close to where they were. It was in a smack dab in the middle of a very busy city, as opposed to being out in a remote resort with golf courses where people were very far away. So we were able to get quite a bit of close-up footage of them arriving, of them departing, of them having their meetings on the outside. And of course, as Watson pointed out, they had their bizarre charm offensive where one politician, Samsung, who is a member of parliament from the Netherlands, he's the leader of the Labour Party, he came out several times to engage the public, to engage the press. Was it anything of substance? We did hear him make some interesting admissions about some things that were not on the agenda.
So,
do you have a presentation about renewable energy?
I don't know enough about renewable energy. I should, but that's not our main topic on the agenda.
No. What's your favorite topic been so far?
My favorite topic, I think it's the discussion about privacy.
Really?
And does privacy exist, or should privacy exist?
It should exist, and it's it's getting more difficult to keep it.
For who? Us or you guys?
Well, for me, because you're following me with a
You're in a public place.
Yeah, for you in the public place too.
Now, why are we here? We're here because we want people to understand that Bilderberg exists. We want them to understand the agenda. For many decades, of course, it was laughed at if anyone suggested there was even such a group as Bilderberg. We're hoping, by documenting the fact that it really exists, that we really see these people going in and out of these meetings, we're hoping that now that people are accepting that it's there, that they start to question whether or not this is really just some benign meeting. This is a meeting that they have pushed very hard for decades to keep secretive. And now we see the fruits of what they've been planning for a long time. As Davignon has said, he took credit for creation of the European Union and the Euro back in 1955. People in Europe are not happy with the fruits of what happened there. Daniel Estlund told people well before we saw the downturn in America that they were going to pump and dump the mortgage market in America, create a banking crisis. We've seen the fruits of what's happening in America. We keep showing these secretive organizations. We keep showing that the U.S. government is planning and preparing and creating scenarios and training sites for internal unrest. People need to connect these dots and to understand what's going on. And that's what we hope will come of this Bilderberg meeting. The fact that, as we saw with Ed Balls trying to sneak in with a suitcase full of paperwork, this is not just a social meeting. Now, of course, one of the topics that they put out there in their released agenda was, does privacy exist? That's an odd question for somebody, and many people point out the irony of Keith Alexander and General Petraeus, former director of the CIA, being at a conference where they're asking, does privacy exist? Of course, Google, Palantir are also there, the data mining corporations. They don't believe that privacy exists because they've done everything they can to take it away. And that's why we see Ed Balls sneaking in with paper information. That's why they need to meet in a hotel that has had everyone removed for days in advance so they can go over it for any listening devices, any bugging devices. They want to meet face-to-face. They want to exchange information with paperwork because they know that there is no security, there is no privacy in the electronic world. They are not concerned about their personal safety. That's not what these barricades are for. We captured them over and over again, going out one by one, jogging through the city. If they were concerned that they were going to be attacked or kidnapped or shot in the streets, they would be going with partners or bodyguards. They would have a police escort. That wasn't what was happening here. They were going on strolls individually, going shopping, going jogging. That was one of the reasons we were able to get such good pictures of that. What they're concerned about is the information. They want to keep that from you, just as they're keeping the information from you as they negotiate these trans-Pacific and transatlantic partnerships in secret, in a scenario that exactly mirrors the way they have created the European Union and the EU. That is the way these elite bankers, industrialists, multinational corporations, politicians, and generals operate in secret. Well, that's it for this conference, but stay tuned because I know more information is going to be surfacing as people start to blow the whistle on Bilderberg 2014. David Knight for Infowars.com.
Not globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding, making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
The brainwashing media machine has been turned up on high, and it's time for humanity to double down on the true people's media and strike back against the tyrants that are destroying our civilization with their lies and fraud. We are the resistance. You are the resistance. You are the info war. It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv.